you're looking to dive into topics on how to live a happier, healthier, more fit, and long lifespan, then you've come to the right podcast. Livin the Dream with me, Coach Damian Evans. Together, we will explore the topics on all things health, fitness, and wellness. Together, we will be lifelong learners on this journey to living the ultimate dream. What up, Dream Team? Coach D here, coming at you from beautiful sunny San Diego, and welcome back to the Livin the Dream podcast, where we're going to kickstart the week off with the right mindset to conquer your goals and to live your dream life. And today's episode is one of the most powerful mindset shifts that you can make. And it's this: how you show up in the world matters. How you show up in the world matters. This episode isn't just about positive thinking. It's about creating a ripple effect that changes how you experience your life, how others respond to you, and how you train your brain to scan for possibility instead of threat. It's about shifting from being stuck in a negative loop to becoming the kind of person who magnetizes good energy and opportunity. From the way that you smile at a stranger to the way that you speak to yourself in the mirror, you are shaping not just your day, but your destiny. We're unpacking the science, the mindset shifts, and the actionable tools to help you break out of negativity and step into the most powerful, authentic version of you. And it's backed by science. Let's talk about it. Why what you put out comes back. We're wired for connection. When you smile at someone, when you give a kind word to someone, when you radiate warmth, you're tapping into two brain systems. The first brain system is called mirror neurons. These mirror neurons, the brain's monkey see, monkey do network. These cells fire when we watch someone else's emotions or actions. So if you smile at someone, their mirror neurons light up and they feel happier. When you smile at someone, they feel happier. It's involuntary. You change their state just by showing up. And the second brain system is called social reciprocity, our deep instinct to return kindness with more kindness. Humans evolved in tribes where cooperation was survival. When you show up positively, you invite connection, you invite trust, and you invite generosity from others. So no, it's not magic. It's biology. There's something in your brain, a system that's called your reticular activating system. We've talked about it before, your RAS. The RAS is your brain's filter. It decides what's important and it lets it into your awareness. So the common example is if you've ever bought a new car and then suddenly you see that car everywhere, where before you might have not seen it at all. It might have just went right past your awareness. That's your RAS, your reticular activating system at work. If you believe the world is negative, then your RAS will highlight every single annoyance that you encounter, every rejection and every setback. It's what you see. It's what is at the front of your awareness. But if you train to look for opportunity and growth and good things in the world, you'll start seeing possibilities that you may have missed before. So here's how to strengthen and control your RAS. The first thing you want to do is set clear intentions. Start your day by deciding, what do I want to notice today? Do I want to notice gratitude, kindness from myself or others? Do I want to recognize strength, progress? Write it down. Speak it out loud. What do I want to notice today? This gives your RAS a mission. The second thing on how to strengthen and control your RAS is to use visualization. James Doty's research shows that when you visualize the life that you want, you activate brain circuits for motivation. You activate circuits for problem solving, and you activate circuits for creativity. When you visualize the life that you want, you activate motivation, problem solving, and creativity. So spend 5 minutes literally visualizing yourself succeed, whether it's crushing a workout or having a great meeting or navigating stress calmly. If you want to see visualization at the highest level, this is really cool. Go watch the Blue Angel pilots before they fly. They meet at this big table. They close their eyes and they're all going through their entire flight as if they were actually in the process of doing it. It's wild. These are the top of the top Blue Angels pilots, and they're using visualization for success. The third thing you can do is to practice the 5-second rule. This is made famous by Mel Robbins. You've probably heard of Mel Robbins. When you catch yourself spiraling, just pause for 1 second. Count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then act. The counting, it disrupts the autopilot of worry that's happening. And then the action, it breaks the loop. So for example, you're nervous to speak at work. You always are in meetings and you're just so nervous to speak up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise your hand. Are you nervous to work out? Are you nervous to go to the gym? You drove to the gym, you're sitting in your car, you're super nervous to get out and go into the studio. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You get out of the car, you go. Or you get your shoes on and you get out of the house. The next thing you can do to strengthen and control your RES is another thing from Mel Robbins. Give yourself a high five. I know it sounds really silly. She wrote a whole book on it. It's amazing. You should check it out. But research shows giving yourself a high five, it actually works. Every morning, look in the mirror and high five yourself. This sends a message of self-acceptance and of celebration to your brain. A physical cue that says, I'm worthy and I have got this. The last thing you can do to help strengthen and control your RES is to interrupt the negative loops. We've all been there. We've been in this negative downward spiral, thinking of just all the negative things that are happening. You might even be in a bad mood and you don't even know why. Notice when you're telling yourself that I can't, I suck, I'm the worst, why can't I get this? Nothing ever works. Say out loud, that's not helping me. And then flip it. I'm learning. I'm making progress. I'm stronger than I think. Interrupt those negative loops. Say it out loud. That's not helping me. Let's talk about negative loops versus positive loops. I think about this all the time. Let's paint two different stories here. The first story is Sarah. Sarah's life. She wakes up late and says, "Ugh, I'm such a failure." Then she spills coffee and mutters, "Oh, that figures. It's always like this. That's just my luck." Then at work, she's passed over for a project and thinks, "Why does nobody respect me? Nobody ever respects me." And then she goes home, she opens up Instagram, she spirals. Everyone's doing better than me. Look at this, she's on vacation. Her RAS is dialed into failure. Even neutral events, like seeing someone else on vacation, becomes proof of her unworthiness. What does that feel like? That's exhausting, demoralizing. That's isolating. It's like running on a treadmill of disappointment. Now let's look at the other story. This is Marcus. Marcus's life. He used to be Sarah, but one day he decided to change. He started by, in the morning, journaling 3 good things that he wanted to see that day. Or he started journaling that night 3 things that went well that day. Then he counted 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 every time he wanted to retreat back into that negative loop. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He gave himself a high five in the mirror each morning saying, "I'm proud of you." And slowly his RAS recalibrated. Now he wakes up and he spills coffee on himself and he laughs. He gets skipped up at work and he thinks, okay, all right, I'll show up next time. I have a really good idea that I'm going to bring up next time. Now he's living in a positive loop. Those same events happen to him. He's recalibrating his RAS. So listen, even if you're in a deep and negative loop, you can become Marcus. You're not broken. You're not unworthy. You're just maybe a little untrained. And today, that changes. People ask me all the time. I hear it every day, 30 to 100 times a day. Coach D, how you doing? And my answer every single time, you know this if you know me, it's living the dream. How are you doing? Living the dream. I don't say it to be fake. I even get laughs sometimes. People laugh. They just are not used to that response. What I say it for is I say it to remind myself that I am living the dream. I have a body that moves. I have a passion that fuels me. And I have people in my life that I love and that I get to serve. So when I say living the dream, I'm not ignoring my challenges. I'm not trying to bring toxic positivity to the situation. I'm not trying to overlook the bad things that are happening in my life. I'm saying living the dream because I'm choosing to focus on the incredible blessings right alongside them. It reminds me that I am living the dream. And let me tell you, that mindset shift has changed the way that I experience my days. It's changed the way that I experience my work and my relationships. It's changed me. And I think it might be changing the people around me when they hear me talk about it. So let's talk about action steps to rewire your life. It's so crazy. Here's a story. Sometimes I'll be in a negative loop and I'll be walking to the beach and I'll just be stressed. And I don't know why. Sometimes it's over nothing. Sometimes it's over a big thing. But I'll notice that as I'm walking past people in my negative loop, I'll have my head down. I'll not be making eye contact. And it's just getting worse and worse. And I'm like, oh, there's so many people around and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Now, when I do the opposite, and I'm walking and I'm making eye contact and I'm smiling at people, I get smiles back. So smile at strangers. Why? You activate mirror neurons and you boost their mood. Along with that, they give you a smile back, which helps to boost your mood. I see you. I'm here. I respect you. I am happy that you're here walking outside. You're getting outside time. Smiling even when you don't feel like it can also trigger the release of dopamine and serotonin in your brain. You may have heard about that study where they had people put a pencil or a pen in their, bite it down on their teeth, which gives them this feeling of smiling, and it actually boosts mood. So smile at strangers. Say hello, even when you're shy. Social connections reduce stress, and they increase oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone. A simple hi from anyone, a stranger, the barista, the person at the checkout counter, it builds these micro moments of connection that shift your mood and rewire your social confidence. So even when you're in a bad mood, even when you're in a negative loop, say hi. It might spark something. Maybe it just gets a hi back and that's it. That's fine. And maybe you don't feel like talking to someone. You don't have to create this conversation after saying hi, but these social connections, they can reduce stress and increase oxytocin, these little micro moments of connection. It can help shift our mood. Maybe you can adopt a power phrase like I have. Live in the dream. Why does it work? It reinforces the identity that you want. And maybe it's not going to help after one time, after 1 week, but over time, it's not just a phrase. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So put out there into the world what you want to see. The other thing you can do is to celebrate small wins. This is really, really big. Dopamine is the motivation molecule. When you reward progress, even the tiniest of steps, you train your brain to crave more of that behavior. I tell people all the time when I'm coaching on Mondays, I'm like, dude, celebrate the small wins. You did it. You started the week off strong. You dedicated time out of the first day of your week to push the first domino to have an amazing week by investing it in your health, your fitness, and even your social connections. So celebrate your small wins. The self-high five is huge. Physical gestures of self-acknowledgement that changes your body chemistry. You're not waiting for this external validation. You're giving it to yourself, which it's incredibly powerful, if only subconsciously. Visualize your future. The brain cannot distinguish vividly imagined events from real ones. Visualization primes your mind for success, and it keeps your RAS, your reticular activating system, searching for aligned actions. Other things you can do are to reframe your stress. Research from Dr. Bergquist, he shows that when we interpret stress as meaningful challenge and not threat, we reduce cortisol's harmful effect and build resilience. It's just like the study that they told the two groups of hotel maids that your job is just a job, or the other group, your job is actually exercise and it's really good for your health. They were doing the same things, but over time, the ones that thought that they were doing something as meaningful as a challenge for good stress to help with their health, they actually had better health outcomes in this study. So reframe your stress. And another thing I really like, if you've never heard of Ed Mylett, he has a great podcast. He has really great content. He's a really, really amazing person to follow for business. Ed says that your identity is like a thermostat. If your self-image is set at 75 degrees and life heats you up to 85, you're going to unconsciously cool yourself down back to that 75 degrees because that's where your self-image is at. And if you drop to 60, then you're going to work really hard to heat it back up to 75. So what does that mean? Do you want to upgrade your life? Well, then just upgrade your self-image, your self-concept. See yourself as a disciplined person, even when you slip. Because if you slip and you're a disciplined person, oh, this is not like me. I'm a disciplined person. I'm going to work to be able to get back on track. See yourself as worthy, even when you struggle. Because when you're worthy and you may fail or struggle, well, now I need to work hard because I am someone that is worthy. Your actions are going to rise to meet your identity. And Ed Mylett talks about this when it comes to financial health. It comes to when he talks to like physical health. Whatever your self-image thermostat is set to, that is what you're going to go back to. So upgrade your self-concept. I love that concept from Ed Mylett. Now, the devil advocate of this whole thing, they would say, isn't this toxic positivity? Some might say, come on, life is hard. We can't just fake smile our way through the pain, through the struggle. And you're right. They would be right. We can't do that. But this isn't about pretending that everything is okay. It's about choosing how you respond to difficulty. It's the difference between saying, this setback, it defines me, and between saying that and this setback, it strengthens me. It's going to strengthen me. Positive mindset doesn't erase pain. It equips you to walk through it with grace, to walk through it with resilience and hope. So Dream Team, how you show up, it matters in life. Not just for strangers, not just for family, but it matters for you. You are the author of your brain's operating system. You are the CEO of your own life. You can program yourself for despair, or you can program for resiliency. You can program for scarcity, or instead you could program for abundance. You can program yourself for fear, or you can program yourself for success and love. So today, smile, say hi, celebrate those wins, raise your thermostat, and reframe your stress. Because remember, you're not just living the dream, you are creating it. And that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me on this Mindset Monday episode of the Livin the Dream podcast. Please share the knowledge that you gain with your friends and family and hold each other accountable. If this episode inspired you, share it with a friend who could benefit from showing up. And to support this podcast and help it grow, please subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on and leave a review telling others how this podcast benefited you. Leave a comment on this episode letting us know how you're incorporating showing up in the world. This is a non-cost way to help get this important wellness content into more people's ears. Tag me at livinthedream_podcast or at CoachDamien_SD and let us know how this episode benefited you. Let us know what we missed and let us know what we got wrong. We want to know. Message us if you have any suggestions or tips that would help your Livin the Dream team that we can discuss in future episodes. I will be right here with you working on making us stronger, happier, and healthier humans. Until next time, friends, keep living the dream.